starting the Cottonwood Lakes trail. It's a little loop. You get to see a bunch of lakes. It's about 16 miles, but we're gonna add on a couple spurs to see some other lakes. It'll add on a couple miles, and then I also want to summit Mt Langley, which is a 14er, barely. Well, one map it's a 14er, another map it's just shy of a 14er, but that's gonna add an extra 2.3 miles and 20 or 2,000 foot of elevation gain. So that 2.3 miles each way. So we're looking at about 23 total miles, maybe just shy of, maybe about 5,000 feet of gain for the day. We're probably over 2 miles in. We hit our first meadow here. Had a creek crossing. Still have probably a mile and a half, 2 miles till we hit any lakes, but I think we have to gain some elevation. But whew, we are over, well, probably about 4.6, 4.7 miles in. Gained not that much, 1,000 feet maybe. Most of it was in the last mile or mile and a half. We're finally starting to get a little flat part here. You can see out to some of the higher ridges and peaks. I'm not sure offhand if that's Langley or not that you see up there. I'm thinking it's over there somewhere. I could figure that out from the map. But we're almost at our little spur trail that'll take us to the first lake, to Muir Lake. Not sure if it's signed or not. We will certainly find out. Here's the sign. Whew. We are at like 11,000 feet. Gorgeous up here. Yeah, so I think that is Langley. All right. We just took a little half-mile spur. Maybe gained 100 feet, not much. But we are approaching Muir Lake. This is pretty. You could just set up camp or picnic or whatever down right on a little beach and rocks. I wonder if there are any animals down there. There don't appear to be any people. Surprisingly, I thought there'd be some people. I mean, look on the shores over there. You could just camp a little bit. It's so cool out here. Yeah, so that is, I believe that's Mt Langley right there. We'll check in at the next lake. I just took a little shortcut. There's a little cabin over there. Look at that. And then we have hit, I don't know the name of this lake here, but there's one little guy here, and then there's a bigger guy that you can't actually see right up there. Now you can see Langley. We are coming down to another lake here. Actually had to descend a little bit to get down to it. We're gonna hit 2 more lakes right after this too. But then those are the last lakes, and then we're up higher than any lake. So after this one, I have to fill up with water. Well, I don't have to. I brought 3 liters, but I think I'm going to use my filter and get pour it in my Gatorade bottle with an electrolyte tablet, just so I have some electrolytes for the day. We're walking right around this, and then right up, we're gonna weave our way up here somewhere. There's two other lakes, like right perched up here, not too much further above this one. So here's this lake. Just left Cottonwood Lake number 3, going up to Cottonwood Lakes 4 and 5. Whoop. A little bit more up. So maybe the right one's just if you want to get a view of the lake up here, which I'm sure I can do by just scrambling up. Hey. This is Cottonwood Lake 4. And then up here is going to be Cottonwood Lake 5. Some people here. This would have been if I took that where it forked. If I went right, would have led me to this lake first. Cottonwood Lake number 5. Not too bad. So here's 4 and here's 5. So I'm gonna stop recording here probably until we get up to the saddle. About up at the pass here. There's Cottonwood Lake 4 and 5.
Not so easy.
That wasn't too bad climbing up. There's the sign up here. Oh, we're officially entering Sequoia National Park. Very barren up here. Great view as we can see over to the peaks out there in the Sierras. That's Sequoia National Park down there. We came from down there somewhere. It's been pretty flat, but there's our summit up there. From here it really doesn't look too bad, but I know we gotta gain, I don't know, we've probably only gained 200-300 feet so far. We probably have at least 1,700 to gain, but I'm not too worried about it. I feel good. I'm also going at Lee's pace, so it's pretty easy. I'm letting her lead so I don't get in front of her. But yeah, this trail just winds you up. Gets steeper. Right now it's pretty tame. So, but we can't actually see Whitney. I don't know what peak that is, but Whitney's gonna be somewhere over the other side, but we'll get a good view of it when we summit, so we'll be on the summit in like 40 minutes or something. This won't be too bad. So anyway, I'll check in up at the summit. Just showing you some of the terrain heading up Mt Langley. It's we're at about 13,000 feet now, slightly over. There's like 3/4 of a mile and about 1,000 foot of gain left to the summit. Pretty nice trail. It's not like it's real rocky or anything. It's a little sandy, so you slide back a little bit, but nothing too bad. Slowly working our way up. Just looking back. Right up there, almost to the summit of Langley. You can see Whitney out there, which is pretty cool. And I guess you can't see it on the screen, but along the Whitney Ridge, I can't see on this screen. Anyway, you can see Mount Muir and the whole Whitney Ridge. So I'm gonna take you up the last, I don't know, 50 or so vertical feet, I guess. Not sure where the true summit is. Looks like it's over where these people are. Now you get your view down into the Lone Pine area. That's quite the drop off right here. Off the edge. Got some lakes over there. Yay! We just hit New Army Pass and now we're headed down to all these lakes. They look pretty. I think we have a steep descent here where we're dropping, I don't know, over, I would say over 1,000 feet down to that lake maybe, or 1,000 feet. So it's all switchbacky on the trail, so hopefully it won't be too bad. We got about, I don't know, 8 miles left to the car. Maybe a little more if we go do a spur to some of these lakes, but if we just sort of go on the main trail, I actually think we probably have less than 8 left, so it's not too bad. But I will, this is pretty much all downhill from here, so when I get down to some of the lakes I will check in. So it's a real slow descent here, but we are slowly but surely making it. So that is High Lake. The next one's called Long Lake, and then those ones don't seem to have names, at least on the map on all trails. And then we're gonna go by Cottonwood Lake 1 and 2. You can't actually see them. They're right around like that point somewhere in there. So this has not been a steep descent at all. It's these real long switchbacks that are more or less flat, and it's taking forever to descend, and it would be too steep to, well, it's also illegal to cut them, but It would be too steep to cut them. You just start sliding down. We are on the descent here down to the Long Lake. It's pretty. Ooh, look at this down here. This is cool. Nice shade in the trees. Yeah. You decided to cut through all the campsites. You didn't go on the main trail. You didn't go on the main trail. We decided to cut through everyone's campsite. Here it is. Dun-dun-dun. We're down Cottonwood Lakes 2, or Cottonwood Lake 2, right here. And up there is Cottonwood Lake 1. There's a lot of people camping on this little dirt hill here, sort of closer to lake number 2. We've got about, I don't know, 5 miles left. All right, I just, the junction was back there, 4.3 miles left, but I am taking a little detour to see a cool lake. 21.3 or 4, I would say, will be the daily total with 47 or 4,800 feet of total gain. Maybe 5,000. I don't think quite hitting 5,000, but close. Definitely 4,700 at minimum, and then just depends on some of these other trails how the little bits added up, I guess, because I don't have the track with the elevation for what we actually did. So there it is. This is I think it said South Fork Lake, but it's not labeled on the map, but it's pretty. There you're seeing that flat peak out in the distance. That's Langley that we did this morning. I don't know why I was blanking on that name, so can't see Whitney from here, but yeah, it's nice. It's a little breeze, and we'll be in the shade for most of the time coming back. So I'm gonna sign off, and that'll be it for the videos today. But Mount Whitney tomorrow, and camping around Guitar Lake, so stay tuned.